Hey everyone. Today we will be doing yoga for low back pain. So a really relaxing class. I know a lot of us experience low back pain. Hopefully this class and this sequence will help alleviate some of that tension. So what you will need is a yoga block or prop. I've also got a giant pillow on hand. Maybe you want to bring two pillows if you don't have a really big one. And we'll take the block right on over to the mat. We'll be using the pillow to start. So separate the feet about hip width right here. And then nice and easy, you're gonna go ahead, fold it up, press it into your stomach, take a deep breath in. Exhale, real slow, start to fold over the thighs. And just releasing the arms down towards the mat. Your fingers don't need to touch here. You just wanna go ahead and try to stack the hips over the heels. And then drop your head so that the chin is pulling in towards the chest. And then a nice long spine here. You start to breathe into the back body. And really gentle breaths here. If you want to at first, maybe move your hips just slightly from side to side. And eventually landing in stillness here. Again, finding a little bit more length through the back. Maybe you can fold a bit deeper. And then you'll start to soften the shoulders. Notice my legs here. There's a slight bend here through the knees. You can make this as deep as you like. So if you want to go ahead and bend those knees a lot, just make sure that the knees are not going in front of the toes. And we'll be relaxing here for, I'd say, another minute or so. If you start to get lightheaded, please feel free to roll on up and then come back down and join me. And you may start to feel the arches or the soles of the feet starting to fatigue. That's okay. Again, that's normal. We'll just send some extra breath on down to the feet here. And try to relax the entire body. Maybe even close down the eyes. Let's take 3 more breaths. And when you're ready, your next inhale, you'll slowly start to stack each of the vertebrae as you come all the way up to stand. All right. Once you get all the way up to the top, you'll just place your pillow off to the side. And let's just go ahead and move the legs a little bit, working out any tension there. We'll bring the feet back in close towards one another. They don't need to be touching. Maybe 1 fist distance apart. Inhale, sweep your arms up nice and high. Look up. Exhale, press the hips forward, reach the thumbs back, draw the stomach in. Inhale, lengthen through the chest. Exhale, press it back. 1 more. Inhale brings you forward. Exhale, slow, sit down into a chair pose. Stomach muscles pull in, tailbone draws under. Sit your weight towards your heels and start to lift your toes. Breath in, look up again. Exhale, nice and slow. You'll sit your bum all the way down onto the ground. And then straighten those legs out nice and long. Okay. You'll be using that big pillow once again. So you want to go ahead, set it up right behind you. I have my giant pillow, so I'll make sure that it's touching my tailbone here and extending out towards the back of the mat. With the legs long, you'll just flex the feet and slowly start to walk the hands down and back so that you can completely come down with the crown of the head or the back of the head touching the mat. Then soften the feet, extend the arms wide out to the sides, palms facing up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, soften the entire body. Again, just like that. Letting all of your weight sink down and through the floor. Feel free to close the eyes here. I'm really starting to focus on opening a little bit more through the front body. So sending the breath all the way down into the low belly. Exhale, moving into that extra space. The entire spine should be relaxed right now. You can allow the toes to fall off to the sides. And then see if you can lift your chin up towards the ceiling. Really pulling the crown of the head now onto the mat, opening up through the throat. But everything stays soft. We'll take one more minute of really deep breathing here. See if you can roll the shoulders back down towards the mat a little bit more. And then start to soften all the muscles through the face, starting with your forehead, moving into the cheeks and the jaw. More rounds of conscious breath. Let's open the eyes. Bring the arms along the side body, palms facing down. And bring your toes to face up towards the sky. Press into the forearms and press yourself up to seated. And from here, you'll take your large pillow or stack 2 pillows. And then just fold it in so that it's a little bit higher. Again, this is going to be touching the back body. You'll draw the soles of the feet together to touch, knees flop wide. Nice and slow, lower yourself all the way down onto your back. And then either bringing the arms out to the side for this variation, or bringing the hands to the insides of the thighs, whichever works best for you here. Really heavy through the back of the head. A lot of opening here through the front. Knees heavy. And you can play with the variation here through the legs. If you want to bring the feet out a little bit further, Or for more of an opening, draw them in just a little bit closer. And again, just closing down those eyes. Breathe into the stretch. And then relax into the stretch. We're just clearing the mind here. Remaining as present as you can. So maybe you even count your breath here. Count an inhale of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue just like that. Notice if your body feels any sensation here where it just wants to lock up, protect the low back. See if you can soften that space, either using the breath or making any adjustments that you can here. One minute left. Final 2 rounds of breath. On your next inhale, slowly press your knees up towards one another. Exhale, lift your hips up nice and slow. Move your prop out to the side and lower your back onto the mat. Couple rounds of breath here, just neutralize the spine. Okay, remaining on your back, you'll now reach for your block if you have one, or something sturdy about this size. And you'll press down into the soles of the feet, shift the hips up, slide your prop underneath. I'll be using the second setting on my block here. You can always come down to the lowest setting. But then make sure you've got your tailbone barely hanging off the edge. And slowly lower your entire body down. Arms come out along the sides, palms facing up. And we'll stay here for about 5 rounds of breath. Maybe shift your gaze up back behind you. And feeling the stability underneath you. You're completely supported. Shoulders pressing down. Hips supported by your prop. and feet firmly planted into the mat. Final breath here. Option to stay here or lower your hips down onto the mat. You can also go for that little bit extra by extending your legs out in front. And then again, toes drop wide. This is a giant stretch through the front body. Maybe your hands come onto the hips, applying a little bit of pressure here, moving everything down towards the ground. You can close down the eyes. 1 full minute. And the whole body goes soft. Final 2 rounds of breath. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Otherwise, pulling the soles of the feet back in, lifting the hips, moving the prop, and slowly lowering the spine onto the mat. Again, we'll be neutralizing here a few rounds of breath. And nice and slow, press the left leg out really long. Keep the right leg where it is. Breath in. Breath out. Right knee slightly pulls in towards the chest. No need to give it a squeeze here. Just using gravity, pressing the hands on top of the right shin. And then flex the left foot. Breathe in. As you breathe out, let's move the right knee across the body, all the way over to the left. Right arm extends out to the right. Now, if you'd like to take your pillow or your block, place it underneath your right knee here just for that extra support. Try to go ahead and reach all the way out to the right while shifting your gaze over to the right. Land here soft. And you can play too with the prop underneath the right knee if you need to bring it up a setting. But again, I want you to feel the stretch not only in the low back here, but moving out the entire right side body. Maybe you can even twist a bit deeper here. One full minute left. Final breath. Inhale, shift your gaze up towards the sky. Slowly pull your right knee back in towards the center, and then immediately opening it out to the right while you shift your gaze left. Remember the left foot is flexed here, and you're just using your right hand to press your right knee down towards the ground. Use your left hand here to keep that left hip from moving up away from the mat. And then you'll land again here for a few rounds of breath. See if you can soften through the hip joint. Inhale, slow everything back towards the center. And then exhale, plant your right foot down. Let's move the left knee in. Right leg will extend long. Left knee in towards the chest. Hands over the left shin, flex the right foot. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, left knee over to the right. Left arm extends left, gaze left. If you used a prop on the other side, let's do the same thing here. Let's try to keep the left shoulder blade rooted down into the mat here. So if you notice that it's coming up, and maybe you need to just bring the prop up a little bit higher underneath your top knee. Nice and soft through the left side body. Breathing up and down. One minute remaining. Inhale back to center. Exhale, left knee left, gaze right. And both shoulders are pulling down your back, pressing deeply into the mat. Last breath. Inhale everything back towards the center. Let's slide that right foot up. And this time, we'll take our giant pillow or 2 pillows, slide them in between the thighs here. We'll shift we'll shift the hips on over to the left while moving both knees over to the right, trying to keep the knees in line with the hips here. Then extend the left arm long, gaze left. Right hand on the outer left thigh. And if you'd like to start shifting a little bit more of the stretch now into the middle back or even the top portion of the spine, you can start to move the knees up in closer towards the chest. Still keeping the right leg glued to the ground, and then squeezing your prop in between the thighs. Breathe into the space here across your chest. Find a bit more of an opening. Soften your left shoulder down. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath here. Inhale back to center. Keep that prop in between your thighs. Shift the hips right, both knees left. Right arm goes out to the right side, gaze goes right. And then just play here with the legs. See if you can find a stretch that works better for you right now. Inhale back to center. Exhale, remove your prop. Arms will come along the sides. We'll straighten out the legs. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, press into the palms and the forearms, and then just carefully press yourself up to seated. All right, so the legs are gonna stay out long here. We'll have our block close while we take our pillow. And again, just folding it in half, pressing it firmly into the stomach here. And then I want you to flex your feet. Take a deep breath in, sit up tall. Exhale, round through the spine as you fold over your pillow. Reach your arms forward. Try to soften here through the neck. Soften through the shoulders. And then one vertebrae at a time. Release the muscles surrounding it. So we're finding a little bit more space here through the front body in our forward fold to allow a deeper stretch here through the back body. And if flexibility allows, maybe you can take your block, place it on the highest setting, and slowly lower your forehead down to connect. Now, if your pillow is as big as mine, that may be easier said than done. But no need to force anything here. Just hanging out. We're keeping the feet flexed for the next few rounds of breath. On your next inhale, I want you to fill the lungs as much as you can. Exhale, soften the feet. Maybe the toes will flop out to the sides. Maybe the knees even bend off to the sides. So you can fold even a little bit deeper here. And try to keep that Ujjayi breath going on. Real big breath in through the nose. Letting all the air out as you exhale. We'll take 3 more breaths here. Inhale. Slowly lift your gaze. We'll straighten out the spine as we walk our hands back. You'll move your block off to the side. And then take your big pillow, or 2 pillows, right back behind you. You'll now stagger the feet. We're coming into a twisted deer. So all you'll be doing really is taking your left foot in and then bringing your right knee so that it touches the left heel. Your right heel now comes back so that it's about 1 foot distance apart. And then you'll sit up nice and tall. Walk both hands all the way over to the left. And then you'll come to land down on your chest and your left side body here. Framing the pillow with your arms, bringing your left ear to the mat or to the pillow. And then try to keep both knees down on the ground here. Try to keep everything pressing down as you twist. Sending the breath up and down the right side body. Exhale, soften the back body. Relax your stomach muscles. Soften the hips. See if you can release any tension through the shoulders. One minute left. Final breath. When you're ready to inhale, press down into the palms. Lift yourself away from your prop. Keep your legs exactly where they are. Sit up tall and then walk both hands over to the right. So you can take your left hand on top of the right shin here or the calf. Then just walk your right hand back behind you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist to look over the right shoulder. So we're just coming into a counter twist here. We're finding length. And then squeezing the torso as we twist. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Inhale, bring your chest to center. Exhale, we'll switch the legs. Deer on the other side. You want to move slow. Once you've got that set up, your sit bones are firmly rooted. You'll reach back behind you on the right side and then slowly start to twist as the left hip bone moves away from the ground. Your right side body and your arms come to frame the pillow. Right ear plants down, and then pressing down through the outer edges of the feet. See if you can lower your top knee down to the floor. And that requires you to really soften here through the side body and the hip joints. One minute left. We'll press down into the palms here. Carefully lift the chest away from the pillow. Sit up nice and tall, legs remain the same. We'll walk the arms and hands over to the left. Right hand to the top of the left leg, left hand behind. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Exhale, twist left, squeeze your core. A few more rounds just like that. Final breath. Inhale, move back towards the center. Exhale, let's pull those legs in. Stamp the feet down onto the ground. And then go ahead and reach for opposite elbows or your forearms. Sit up tall. Then exhale, round through the spine, chin to chest. Let's take 3 more like that. Inhale, lift your gaze. Exhale, straighten out those legs. All right. I'll be using my pillow for the next one. You'll come all the way down onto your back. Now there really is no need to use a prop for this next one. For me, I just like it. It does make my low back feel just a little bit better. You'll walk your feet in, take your prop or not, slide it underneath your low back here. And then really all I want you to do is make sure it's nice and cushy. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. And then from here, just making sure that the legs are right over the hips. You can bend your knees as much as you like. Hands either on the belly with the elbows out to the sides, or arms out to the sides, palms facing up. Just nice and relaxed here. And you can even separate the feet or bring the toes to face out. Whatever feels best on the spine. And so that's another reason I really like to use a rolled up pillow here, is because it gives me a little bit more height right around the tailbone, and then it really presses the middle and upper portion of my back down into the ground. We'll be here for about a minute and a half. So try to really relax here. Maybe you close down the eyes. Maybe you find a little bit of movement here by rocking the head from side to side. I always love this pose too because it gives me so much energy once the class is done. By reversing my blood flow, I feel extremely energized when I step away from my mat. So hopefully you guys will notice something similar. Be able to go about your day feeling really recharged, a little bit lighter on your feet. Most importantly though, moving about your day without any pain. Low back pain, or any back pain for that matter, is, in my eyes, the worst kind of pain. You use your back for everything. Sitting down, lying down, standing up, doesn't matter. And back pain, it just doesn't go away on its own. Try to be consistent with your stretches when you wake up in the morning, or maybe they're just right before you go to bed at night. But make sure you're paying close attention to your back. You want to try to avoid surgery at all costs in our lifetime. Just a few more breaths here. When you're ready, you'll drop the knees in towards your chest, bend the legs a bit more, pulling the heels towards your glutes. One breath in, out the mouth. Settle the soles of the feet down onto the ground. Let's move our prop all the way out to the side, coming into that final pose, Shavasana. Straighten the legs out long. Separate the feet really wide, arms along the sides, palms facing up. We'll roll the shoulders underneath our back. And then give the chin a bit of a tuck here down towards the chest. as you close the eyes. Let's let go of everything we just did here. Still remaining present, but just really relaxed. Nice soft breath. Back of the head is heavy. Backs of the hands heavy. And feel the weight of the heels. And this is where I will leave you to stay in your Shavasana, to move into some type of meditation, or to slowly pull out. Have a wonderful day today. Namaste.